a day after the special investigating team sent notices to Prajwal Revanna and his father and JDS MLA H.D. Revanna to appear before it within 24 hours. Prajwal Revanna did not appear before the investigators. Neither did H.D. Revanna. What happened instead was he took to X and posted that he will cooperate with the authorities. Meanwhile, the Karnataka government turning the tables on the centre. The Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah wrote to Prime Minister Modi asking him to use diplomatic channels to bring Prajwal Revanna back, who is now reportedly in Germany. He's asked diplomatic channel and the cancellation of diplomatic status for the Hassan MP's passport. So all that action happening. The question really, is it time for Prajwal Revanna to face the law and appear before the authorities? His lawyer says he sought 7 days' time to appear before the authorities. All these developments as there was a lot of political action and exchange as well over that issue. Let's play for you all the reactions that came through the day before we move forward.
कर्नाटक में सरकार किनकी है? कांग्रेस पार्टी के लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की जिम्मेदारी उनकी है. कई महीनों से उनको मालूम था, मगर जब तक वोकल लीग का वोटिंग समाप्त नहीं हुआ, इन्होंने इनको नहीं पकड़ा, भाग जाने दिया. जिम्मेदारी अगर किसी की है तो कर्नाटक के मुख्यमंत्री, गृह मंत्री और उप मुख्यमंत्री की है.
Oh my God, it is eyewash. What is the meaning of suspension in JDS party? The family, all suspension, they are not. It is only to show that what Mr. Kumaraswamy said one day earlier, what he said next day, there is a lot of changes here. No question of, no one accepts it, no one believes it. You ask anyone in the streets of Karnataka whether you believe that Mr. X has been suspended, no one will agree in Karnataka.
So the main question is, when will Prajwal Revanna return to India and when will he be produced before the SIT officials?
Madam, today I have made a communication with SIT saying that my client would require 7 days time to come and cooperate to the investigation. So we would stand by that request and we would abide to that request.
So when you say the 7 days time, is there a stipulated date that you have in mind, or is it going to be within 7 days or on the 7th day?
I think probably you have taken a hint from what answer I am giving to all the channels. As I said, when we have given something like 7 days, it could be tomorrow, there is the 2nd day, or it could be the 7th day. So depending on various things, probably we'll take a decision for him to come and cooperate to the investigation.
In case he fails to appear before the SIT officials within the stipulated time frame, there could be a probability of his arrest. What does Prajwal Revanna and you have to say to that?
See, for all legal probabilities, we would have a legal recourse. Okay. And as on today, like, I can only speak to the extent of what has been already written in the letter, saying that he is coming. He is coming and he will be cooperating.
So when you look at the videos, the allegations are pretty grave and pretty disturbing as well. What does Prajwal Revanna have to say to this, and what is your line of defense?
See, first of all, whatever which is there in the public domain, I do not have the benefit to see through what all videos have been relied by the SIT as on today. I do not have that benefit.
So is it time for Prajwal Revanna to face the law, face the authorities, irrespective of how these investigations go? The primary focus right now is to question Prajwal Revanna and of course other family members and others involved in that case as well. That's the big question we're raising here on the Southern View this evening. Joining me is my colleague Pratibha Raman, who did that interview with Prajwal Revanna's lawyer. Also with us, Lavanya Balal of the Congress, and Anurag Naidu, a political observer who is pro-NDA, the BJP-JDS alliance. My first question to you, Pratibha. We heard what the lawyer said, but what are the police officials saying? How are they planning to go forward on this? Are they planning to wait for Prajwal Revanna to appear before them, or are they planning to go knocking at the doors of H.D. Revanna shortly?
Well,
from what we hear from the SIT officials as well as the sources from the investigating agency is that they would be looking at exploring this case in two different angles. One is a team to be set up to go tracing the victims who have been featured in that video, and the other would be to find out how we could bring Prajwal Revanna back into the country. And the first step that they have taken is to appeal before the Chief Minister of Karnataka to write a letter to the Prime Minister seeking the cancellation of the diplomatic passport that was used by Prajwal Revanna. And the second step would be to find out what kind of response they could perhaps give to the letter that has been issued by the advocate representing Prajwal Revanna. Would they abide by this and say that yes, we will give you 7 days time, or would they actually give a certain date for Prajwal Revanna to appear before the SIT officials? Well, there is still no confirmation on that front. All eyes are on the response that is awaited from the SIT, based on which both Prajwal Revanna as well as his advocate would act on that. Back to you, Veera.
Right, remember Pratibha, there's also focus on the investigations itself. It requires speaking to several of the victims because some of those videos, extremely disturbing, as some Congress leaders pointed out, could amount to rape. Anurag Naidu, my first question to you, is the onus, irrespective of what the political exchange is about, to bring Prajwal Revanna before the authorities? Shouldn't there be enormous emphasis on getting him before the authorities for questioning as soon as possible?
Well, absolutely. It is the responsibility of the investigation agencies. But naturally, I mean, the lawyer of Mr. Revanna has requested for a 7 days time, and I think after the 7 days, if he does not return, I mean, let's also understand he's a sitting member of parliament, and what has come to the light is deplorable. It is unpardonable. There is no denying that. There is no defense to the whole story. But the fact remains that we need to wait for at least 7 days, right? Because he's not some a terrorist or some other. Of course, he's a criminal if the charges are proven guilty. And then let's also not mistaken. Let's not get carried away. In politics, such cases has not been new in both sides. I mean, I can take names from the Congress Party, from the BJP, from other parties. It doesn't matter. It is one woman or 3,000 women. A crime is a crime. Anything against a woman is a crime.
Why give him 7 days? Lavanya Balal.
Hello. Hi. First of all, yes, that's a very valid question. What does Revanna have to do? 7 days. If they say he's in Germany, what is it that is more pressing for Prajwal Revanna in Frankfurt than coming back home to India to face the music or to be answerable to the investigative agencies? As of today, if you have noticed, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who was very quick to come for a campaign for Prajwal Revanna, has not even said a word of condemnation. In 2019, actually, Pradhan Mantri Modi ji in a public speech had said, now within 3 days there's Phansi for rapists. And I don't think in the civilized world as we know today, there has been a case of thousands and thousands of women who have been assaulted and recorded by a person in power. So BJP can try to downplay the whole incident, but this is a shocking incident. I don't think we have ever heard of such an incident, and the family is yet to offer a word of apology or explanation till now. That is very shocking. There is no empathy for the survivors.
That's a very strong point that you make there. No, I agree with you're making a very strong point, but I have a question to ask to you. There are allegations that are being made that this was there for a while and it's been used at opportune time for electoral reasons. So the question of who made it viral, who released those videos, has also been asked, Lavanya. What's the response to us? H.D. Kumaraswamy has pointed fingers at D.K. Shivkumar. How do you respond to that?
H.D. Kumaraswamy is still seeking votes at this crucial juncture. He has offered no empathy, no simply concerned about his politics. He says, all this thing is done to malign our image. I mean, was your son committing all these crimes to bring fame to your family is the question that we have. Let me tell you the chronology of the videos. Last year, there were rumors in Hassan that apparently there are videos of this man floating around, and that is when Devaraje Gowda had written a letter to the party president of Karnataka, B.Y.
Okay, Lavanya, we are having problem with
B.Y.
your audio.
Vijayendra.
But Anurag
And
Naidu, my
at
final
that point
question
of-
to you, and this is
Yes,
a serious
Raghav.
one. Irrespective of who you're pointing to at political exchange, is it not time to condemn categorically, as has been done? But isn't the onus on both the BJP and the JDS and the top leadership to ensure Prajwal Revanna appears before the authorities? Why wait for 7 days? Why not appear immediately?
Yeah. Because Mr. Revanna is a member of the JDS party, it is the first onus lies on the JDS party, and I think they have expelled him from the party. So that is their internal decision. But the second onus, very important, and the Congress spokesperson mentioned about all the big things. Let's also understand, on record, Mr. DK Shivkumar has accepted and admitted that he knew about this particular incident months before. And let's also not forget, I can name few of the Twitter handles which are pro-Congress, run by the Congress sympathizers, and they have already put these videos out a month ago before the election, but there was no action. So, and also the government of the state, right? The first layer government or the first layer policing, that is the state government, is run by the Congress. So I think the second layer of accountability should lie with the Congress party and the government of the Karnataka. And of course, there is an equal responsibility of the BJP, because the NDA is is an alliance partner. But unfortunately, in an alliance, the president of the BJP state, do not decide on who will be the candidate on an alliance member's ticket. So, and you don't do a character assessment, or you don't do an intelligence search for every member of the your alliance partner. So it doesn't work like that. But yes, there is nothing that stops a BJP from condemning this, and I think in the strongest of tone, everyone has condemned this particular act, irrespective of the fact that it's proven right or wrong. But at this point in time, from looking at what has come out, we all have to condemn this.
Mr. Naidu makes a false allegation here.
With condemnation, it has to turn into action. Go ahead, Lavanya Balal.
The videos were not in the hands of Congress leaders. It was in the hands of the BJP, and the BJP chose to forge an alliance with this party after knowing the criminal activities of MP Prajwal Revanna. They also chose to keep quiet. They also chose to send Prime Minister Modi for his campaign. And then when the Hassan town was flooded with the videos of this crime, that is when one of the women on protest in Hassan district, they sent the videos to the Women's Commission in Bengaluru. This is the chronology. And Mr. Naidu, you have falsely stated here that my deputy CM had access to these videos. I am sorry, we will be taking legal action, Mr. Naidu. You cannot make false allegations. Nowhere has DK Shivkumar accepted that he had
you can read
Please do not make false allegations, Mr. Naidu. It is thick-skinned of you at this point of time to wash off the crime. You're defending a rapist, Mr. Naidu. You're defending a rapist of one of the worst orders in this world.
I have to take an objection. You cannot let
you can make any objections, Mr. Naidu. You are making false allegations here. You're making false allegations.
No, I think we will have to leave this here. I think we'll have to leave this here. I think the focus of this cannot be the political exchange between the two of you. I think Mr. Naidu as well as Lavanya, I think this cannot be a political exchange between the two of you, while that is what is playing out as we are in the midst of a hot election season. But I think the focus has to be on the investigations, and there are several questions, Mr. Naidu, that needs to be answered by the JDS BJP alliance as well in this issue in terms of bringing Revanna before the authorities. I think the focus is also about finding some of the victims, tracing them down, putting their statements down. And remember, as has been pointed out by several people, some of those videos are serious sexual offences and crimes. So we'll have to wait and see how this plays out as far as investigations are concerned. But the focus question right now is Prajwal Revanna and HD Revanna to appear before the investigators. When that's going to happen, and I think that's the crucial stage as far as investigations are concerned. Thanks very much, Lavanya Balal and Anurag Naidu, for joining us on this broadcast.